Go ahead and sit comfortably, please, in a nice tall seat, whatever that looks like for you. Drop your shoulders down your back and feel the crown of your head lift toward the ceiling. We're going to begin with just a little bit of breath work. So with your next inhale, please inhale through your nose slowly, filling the lungs to a comfortable capacity. And then exhale through your mouth, maybe even sighing it out. And then repeat that. Inhale slowly through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale through your nose. And hold the breath in at the top of the inhale for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale mouth. Repeating that. Inhale through your nose. Holding your breath into the top of the inhale. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale mouth. One more time. Inhale nose. Holding the breath in. Letting the breath out. Then let your breath adjust here, breathing through the nose exclusively. Inhale and exhale. And just feel yourself present here in this moment, your hips and legs on the floor. Even with your eyes closed or lowered, knowing that you are existing in this specific space at this specific time. That things may have happened before and things will happen later, but right now you're right here in this moment, this body, this breath, this mind, this space. So much of our lives is spent living in the past or projecting into the future. At least for the time that we have here today, I'll ask you to try to stay as present as possible. And when you notice your mind wandering and drifting into the past or future or fantasy, that you just call yourself lovingly back to this present moment, the only one that actually exists. And so in this present moment, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath, please. Bring your palms together and bow the chin, honoring yourself just as you are in this present moment, this body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from this place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and roll the palms together. And take the heated palms over your eyes. And brushing over your head, down your neck, bringing yourself back to the space around you. And we're going to come on to hands and knees to start tonight. So moving any props you have off to the sides. Table pose. Hands under shoulders. Knees beneath hips or just slightly further back. And we'll start with some cat-cow. So with your inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, look forward and feel your tailbone lift. As you exhale, round your back powerfully, reaching the mid-back toward the ceiling, tucking the chin and tail under. Inhale, looking forward again, tailbone lifting. And exhale, rounding the back. And just keep going, moving between these two postures, beginning to warm up the spine, your entire body. There's a little bit of flexion in the shoulders and hips here. Good. Inhale, looking forward. With your exhale, go all the way back to child's pose. And then inhale, float back up to hands and knees. Exhale again, child's pose. And move between these two postures. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing back. Moving with your breath, the inhale leading you up, the exhale setting you back. You might just notice as we're doing this relatively simpler movement, just what's going on in your body, what feels stiff, what feels good, or any other sensations you might be having, of course. Good. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, lift the hips into the air, downward facing dog. Good. Feeling your hip bones reach toward the ceiling behind you. Go ahead and walk the dog out. Still exploring this body tonight, what's going on. Not what you wish was going on or how things used to be or could be in the future, but what's going on right now in this present moment. Walking the dog out, breathing, keeping that length in your spine, the hips reaching toward the ceiling. Good. With your next inhale, carefully float down onto hands and knees. From table pose, bend your elbows in toward your waist. Bring your heart all the way down between the thumbs and release your hips back, coming onto your belly. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, elbows bending and squeezing into your sides. Think about grounding your pelvis to the ground. With your inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs, locust pose. And exhale, release down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting into locust pose, head, chest, and legs lift. Exhale, release. We're gonna do about 3 more right now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale, release. One more time for this set. Inhale up. And exhale, slowly lower back down, curling the toes under. Press the floor forward as you push up and back into downward facing dog. Good. We're going to flow through some movement now, kind of using what we just did. So inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, do a chest press, bringing the chest down to the floor and releasing the hips. Grounding the pelvis. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs, locust. Exhale, release down, curl the toes under, pushing up and back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Release the hips, ground them. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale, release down, curl the toes under, push up, and back to downward facing dog. We're gonna do a few more of those. Floating down onto hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Release the hips, ground them. Lifting locust. Exhale down, pushing up, and back to downward dog. We're gonna do 2 more of those rounds. Floating down onto hands and knees. Chest press, hips ground, lift, and lower. Push up and back. One more time. Floating down onto hands and knees. Inhale. Exhale, chest press. Ground the hips. Locust rise. Exhale, floating down. Curl the toes under, push up, and back into downward facing dog and stay. And breathe. Good. Floating down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Taking an adjusting breath here. Just feeling sensation that we've cultivated so far in the system. Good. Now with your next inhale, go ahead and roll yourself up to a seat. Good job. I'm going to ask you to kick your legs out in front of you. And start with your feet flat on the floor. and your knees bending. And so kind of just exactly what I'm doing here. Now it's tempting to, when you bring the knees into the chest, to round the back to make room, and ask you to not do that. Instead, holding onto the shins or knees, pull the chest through the arms and try to flatten out your back. And that might mean the feet have to come a bit further forward, okay? Now, once the back is flat, think about the hips as a hinge. Both sides stay flat, but there's a flexion point at the middle. And you're just gonna lean back. And you're gonna lean back. Shoulders working their way together behind you. And at a certain point, your feet are gonna lift up off the floor. And you might be able to bring your lower legs parallel to the floor, but keep the back flat here. And if you're shaking, you're doing it right. You can hold behind the legs here like I'm doing as well, of course. And then bring the feet down and then coming back up. We're going to do that again. So holding on to the shins, the knees, or even behind the legs to start, whatever works for you. Again, pull the heart through the arms, so nice flat back, and just start to lean back, lean back, lean back. At a certain point, the feet are going to want to lift, and you might bring the lower legs parallel to the ground. You can hold onto the backs of the legs here and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. All right, you may start to feel some heat at the low back. I'm noticing that right now, maybe in the front of the core. Now, the number 3 is very psychologically satisfying. So I feel like we should do that one more time just to feel good about it, you know? So when you're ready, hands on the shins, lift the heart through the arms, and just start to lean back again, flat back. Again, at a certain point, the feet are going to lift. You might bring the lower legs parallel to the floor. You can hold on to the legs if you'd like to. If you would not like to, you could just take your arms straight forward and make this harder. Whatever works best for you. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, coming back up. Go ahead and straighten your legs out in front of you for a moment. Good. Lift the arms up. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, come all the way back up. Again, think about hinging at the hips. The back stays flat. Fold down. Only going as far as you can without over rounding the back. Inhale up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale up. 2 more times. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale up. And then exhale, fold forward. Go as far as you can without over rounding the back. You want to keep the back relatively flat here. And then just bring the hands down onto the legs, wherever that might be. Feeling a stretch at the lower back. You also might feel the backs of your legs lengthening here. Breathe. It's good to note here that holding on to the feet is not the goal. The goal is to stretch the lower back. Okay. Good, good. With your next inhale, go ahead and sit up. You can bring your hands behind you for support to help keep the back flat. And I'll ask you to bring the feet flat to the floor, about mat width apart. And my feet are about far enough forward that they can still rest on the ground, but just barely. You don't want them back toward your body too much. You want them pretty far away from you here. Good. Now keeping the heart lifting, you're going to drop the knees to one side, then come back to center and drop the knees to the other side. And just keep going from side to side, rocking on the hips. And again, think about the heart lifting here. And breathe. Side to side. Feeling the legs loose in the hip socket. There's even a little bit of lengthening for the iliopsoas muscle, the big wraparound muscle from your lower back around down into your groin. Sometimes when our lower backs actually hurt, it's actually the iliopsoas muscle that's actually tight. So this helps to alleviate some of that tension. A couple more times, deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center and feel sensation for a moment. Good. Now, just as a transition, I'm going to ask you to come to hands and knees again, table pose. And once you're there, we'll come back into downward facing dog, lifting the hips on up. Feeling length in the spine. And when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. And just drape the upper body down over the legs here. It's okay for the knees to be bending slightly. Release the head. Good. One more deep breath. And then bending your knees a bit more, go ahead and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to move into our arm swings. So just as a reminder, this is a 3-part inhale through the nose and 1 powerful exhale out of the mouth with a movement. Today's movement will be jabbing the arms back. So it'll look like this. Inhale, arms up, inhale back, inhale up, and exhale, jab the elbows back. And we'll keep going for about 2 minutes. Again, we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Okay. Feet are in a nice stable stance, either hip or shoulder width apart. Knees are kind of soft here, not locked. And when you're ready, we'll get going. So when you're ready, inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Finding a rhythm that works for you. Again, we're going for about 2 minutes. And again, that's a powerful exhale out of the mouth. You want to feel it pull up from the belly, clearing out the lungs and your throat. Of course, it's a 3-part inhale through the nose. And as you're doing that, you're filling the lungs. You're also feeling the full rotation of your shoulder joints, up, and back. Swinging it out. You're about halfway done. It's okay if you need to slow the movement down at a certain point, but I will encourage you to keep moving. You start to reset the nervous system after a little while here. 15 more seconds. We're almost there. Swing it out. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Feel sensation for a moment. And we're going to do something with this energy. So I know that your breath might be still catching up. You might be still sensing in, but with your inhale, lift the arms overhead and hold the breath in for 3, 2, One, exhale through your mouth, release the arms down. Or do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Holding the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Holding the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. We're going to add on to it. Inhale, reach the arms up and over. Hold the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, fold forward and down, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, strong back coming all the way up. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way back up. Holding the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. And then staying standing, exhale, release the arms. Good, feeling a bit more grounded from that. We'll do the second part of that exercise, which is swinging from side to side. So feet are about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, toes pointing outward. And again, we'll swing from side to side. Let your back heel lift so the arms, back heel lift so the hips can move with you. The arms are hitting the body gently and you're looking behind you. And breathe. And many of you have done this one a lot, so just find your rhythm with it. And if you don't know what that means, which is okay, just try to stay present, noting where you feel tension or sensation, and keeping the breath a part of this exercise. There's no prescribed breathing rhythm, but you do want to keep breathing. So if the breath becomes shallow, deepen it. And we're doing this for a full 2 minutes as well. I'll give you one more thing to think about here. Why not? Sometimes the mind really needs something to do. Depending on where you hit the body with your arms will indicate where you're twisting or working your back most. So if you're hitting down by the hips, you're into your low back. And if you hit it by your shoulders, you're in your upper back. And the same is true for every point on the spine in between. So explore your back, explore your spine. What needs some attention? And if you're not sure, just keep exploring. And check in with your breath. We're gonna go for about 30 more seconds, side to side. Check in with your breath. 3, 2, and 1. Unwind to center. Ooh, feeling sensation. And keeping your feet this wide apart, maybe turn your toes to point directly forward, but interlace your fingers at your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift your arms off your back as much as you can. Now here, you're going to bend your knees and then hinge at the hips and fold forward over the legs, lifting the arms off your back as much as you can. And breathe. Good. All right. From here, go ahead and release the arms. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up, inhalation. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, nice strong back coming all the way up. And release your arms. Good. So if you need to take a drink of water, do that now. We're going to move into some more consistent movement next. I know that was vague. It means a sun salutation. Sorry for that. So stepping to the top of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. Feet stacking underneath the hips. And feel your feet ground into the earth here. You know, earlier we were talking about being in the present moment. One way to ensure that we can do that is by being aware of sensation. And the good news is we're usually on the ground and we can really touch into that sensation, the support of the earth beneath us, rising up through the feet, through the legs, through the hips, through the spine, neck, the head balancing on the spine, the arms hanging off of the shoulders. It's almost like energy is moving up the front of your body and down the back of your body. Good. Bringing your palms together. Aware of the breath. With your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, folding down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release down, step your right foot way back. Keep the back knee lifting here, sink into the front knee. Now your hands can stay on the floor here, or you could interlace the fingers on the front thigh, or you could lift the arm straight up. It's up to you. We're gonna stay for 3, 2, and 1. Hands back to the floor, everybody. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale down onto hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Releasing the hips, ground the pelvis, head, chest, and legs lift, inhale. Exhale, release down, curl the toes under, push up, and back to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift the right leg into the air. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Again, the back knee stays lifting for now. Get light on the hands. You can also come onto the interlace the fingers on the front thigh, or you could lift the arms straight up. Staying for 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, everybody. Step the back foot forward. Good. Palms to shins, halfway up. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms out to the sides. Inhale, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Halfway up. Exhale, down. Step the left foot back this time, bending the front knee deeply, keeping the back knee lifting. Fingertips on the ground, interlaced on the front thigh, or arms in the air. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, everybody. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale down onto hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Hips ground. Locust lift. Exhale, release. Pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, lift the left leg up. Exhale, stepping the left leg through. Good. Bending into that front knee, hands on the floor, thigh or in the air. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out to the sides, coming all the way up. Palms to the heart. Keeping this moving. Inhale, sweep up. Fold. Halfway rise. Exhale down, step the right foot back, bend the front knee. Bring your hands into the position of your choice. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, stepping back. Good. Hands and knees. Inhale. Chest press. Exhale. Round the hips. Locust rise. Inhale. Exhale down, curling the toes under. Go ahead and push up and back. Downward dog. Right leg lifts when you get there. Step it on through. Bend the front knee deeply. Hands again in your position of choice. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Palms to the heart. Again, inhale, reach. And fold. Halfway. And down, step the left foot back. Bend the front knee, hands into position. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, stepping back. Hands and knees. Chest press. Hips ground. Locust lift. Exhale, release. Pushing up. And back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Hands into position. Floor, thigh, or in the air. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold and step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, coming all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. So taking an adjusting breath here, we will be doing one more round, but just let's reground here, starting with feeling your feet on the floor. And that support rising up through the feet, the legs, the hips, the spine, the neck, the head, shoulders, and arms. Energy moving up the front of the body, down the back of the body. Your breath breathing. And we'll spend a bit more time on this last round. Bring the palms together. When you're ready, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release. Step the right foot way back. Coming into your lunge. Knowing that we're going to hold it for a bit. So if your hands have to move to a different position for support, they can do that. And so feel your feet on the floor here, or your connection to the floor, I should say. And that support rising up through the legs, through the hips, through the spine. Feel your breath. Notice where your eyes are looking and gaze at a single non-moving point. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, hands down, stepping back. Good. Hands and knees, inhale. Chest press, exhale. Release the hips and ground them. Good. We're going to just do a little bit something different here. I mean, it's not too different, but we're going to make it more. So grounding the pelvis with your next inhale, lift the head, chest, and just your right leg. Head, chest, and right leg. Left leg stays on the floor. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift your head, chest, and left leg. Exhale, release down. All right, head, chest, and both legs, inhale. Exhale, release. Head, chest, and right leg, inhale. Exhale down. Head, chest, and left leg, inhale. Exhale down. Full locust, head, chest, and both legs, inhale. Exhale down. Let's do that one more time, running through it, all right? Inhale with the right leg. And down. Inhale with the left leg. And down. All right, with both, inhale. And exhale, floating down. Good, curling the toes under. Go ahead and push up and back into downward facing dog. Staying in down dog for about 5 deep breaths this time. Let the knees be bent more than they normally are. And again, really feel the hips reaching toward the ceiling behind you, flattening out the back. Good. All right. From downward facing dog, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot on through. Last lunge of tonight, at least in this class. You can do as many as you want later. But for now, come into position, whatever that looks like for you. And get settled. Feeling the feet on the floor. That support rising up through the legs, the pelvis, the hips, the spine. Focusing the eyes, that single non-moving point. Three, two, and one. Hands down. Step forward. Palms to shins again, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Let's do that again. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale. And exhale, folding down. Stay in the forward fold for just a moment. Release the head. Feel that stretch of the back body. Knees are a little bit bent here, never locked. Good. Now switching things up just a little bit here, I'm going to ask you to bring your hands to the floor and gently step back to downward facing dog. Then inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet and exhale, child's pose. And you can take your knees further apart if you'd like to, allowing the belly and heart to sink between the legs. One more breath here. And then carefully walk the hands back, coming up to a seat. And then go ahead and bring the legs out in front of you. So the next series we're going to do is going to be sitting on the floor here. And for some folks, it's nice to have a little bit of cushion underneath your seat, just to raise the hips a little bit. So if you have a folded blanket nearby, go ahead and grab that. Yeah, I'll do that. Sometimes just adding an inch or two to the spine can help out quite substantially. Good. So just to kind of get us oriented, you're going to extend both legs forward. All right. And then you're going to take your left leg out to the left about 45 degrees. So not as wide as it'll go, but about 45 degrees. Your right foot is going to come to the inside of your left thigh. Now, once we get here, what's happening in the hips is it starts to tuck under a little bit. And so if you reach back, you can widen the flesh of your seat. And it just helps you to sit up a bit taller. Just a little bit of a body hack here, okay? Taking a deep breath in, feel length in the spine. With your exhale, turn your navel toward the left foot. So if you need to, you can bring your hand to the leg and to the floor behind you and just help with that turning and twisting here. Good. Now, from here, you're going to keep the chest and the navel pointing toward the left foot. Your left hand is going to come onto your lower back. Your right arm is going to come up into the air. Now, it's going to be very tempting here to nosedive. We're not nosediving. Instead, again, the hips is a flexion point. We're gonna take a deep breath in, reach up. Hinging at the hips, lean the chest forward over the left leg, and then inhale, come back up. All right, it's big stretching on the right lower back. So deep breath in, inhale, and exhale, fold. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, fold as far as you can with the back being relatively flat here. Again, no nose diving. At this point, take the right hand either down to the floor on the inside of the left leg, or you might be able to hold on to the outside of the left calf or thigh. Just don't round the back to get there. Good. And there's this idea as you're folding here that you're drawing the right chest further toward the left thigh. And breathe. Good. All right. Now, when you're ready, carefully lean back, unwind. Good. Good job. Now we get to see what all that feels like on the other side. So starting at the middle, both legs extending forward. Your right leg this time is going to go out to the side about 45 degrees. And then your left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. You can reach back and widen the flesh of your seat if you'd like to. Then take a deep breath in, feel the spine grow up, and then exhale, twist, turning the navel and chest toward the right foot. And just spend a few breaths establishing that rotation of your spine. And then we're gonna do the same exercise we did on the other side. So keep the body pointing toward the right foot. Right hand is gonna come onto your lower back here, or if that's too far back, and I should have said this on the other side, but if it's too far back, you can just bring the hand onto the hip. And then lift the left arm up by your ear. Again, no nose diving here. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, and angle down over the right leg. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. And fold. Up. And fold. One more time. And fold. Going to your furthest point and stop. Left hand comes down either to the inside of the right leg or the outside of the right calf. Think about drawing the left chest closer to the right thigh here. And breathe. Good. All right. When you're ready with an inhale, go ahead and lean back and unwind. Feel sensation. Good. So we're going to come back to the first side. So just for alignment's sake, both legs forward, left leg out 45, right foot in, adjust the hips as you need to. So beforehand, we were kind of coming across the body and doing a twist. This time, we're going to worry more about extension on the open side of the body. So a couple of options here to get started. I'll start with what may be most accessible to most people, and then I'll give further options, and you can go there only if you want to, okay? So With your left hand down on the left leg, go ahead and flex the left foot. You're gonna bring your right hand onto your right hip and roll the right shoulder back. You can even look behind you, okay? Starting here. And then you're gonna start to lean your left shoulder closer to your left leg. What will happen is you'll feel more length on the right side. Still looking behind you if you can. Now stay here if this is working for you. If you want to take it a step further, you can lift the right arm into the air and overhead, out over your left foot, or at least in that direction. Keep the right shoulder rolling back though. If your arm comes forward, if your chest collapses, you've gone too far, bring the hand back on the hip and open back up again. And this is as far as I'll give you for tonight. This is enough for most of us. Keep the right shoulder rolling back. And you're leaning toward the left leg, left foot is flexed. Keep the head in line with the spine, don't drop it. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the right arm if it's overhead and sit back up. Whew. Side number 2. Starting at the beginning, both legs forward. Right leg out 45, left foot in. Sit up nice and tall. Right hand down onto the right leg, left hand on the left hip, and roll the left shoulder back. Looking to the left if that feels okay for you. And there's still this idea of length in the spine, even though we're leaning over. So start to lean the right shoulder down toward the right leg. You can even bend the right elbow a bit if that's helpful. And you'll start to feel this length on the left side of the body. Keep the right foot flexed. I keep forgetting to tell you that. Keep the right foot flexed. Now you can stay right here, again, if this is serving you. If you want to go further, the left arm can reach up and over toward the right foot, or at least in that general direction. And again, if you reach over and your chest starts to collapse downward, you've gone too far. Roll the left shoulder back. If you can't do that, then bring the hand back onto the hip. Keeping the head in line with the spine. Don't drop it. Almost there. Good. Go ahead and sit back up with an inhalation. Whew. And feel. All right. Getting back to our starting position. We just have a couple more of these asymmetrical forward folds to do. You're going to keep the right foot extending forward this time. Actually, we're going to do the left leg first. Keep the left leg extending forward and bring the right foot to the inner thigh. All right, so it's not out to the side anymore. It's straight forward. Still want to widen the flesh of the seat back a little bit. Maybe then sit more forward on your blanket roll. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, lift the arms up, take a deep breath in. Think about hinging at the hips, no rounding back. Exhale, go ahead and fold over the left leg. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, folding over the left leg. Inhale, back up. 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then go to your furthest point without collapsing. Bring the hands down onto the floor or the leg. Again, grabbing the foot is not important here. We're not stretching the shoulders. We are stretching the lower back. And breathe. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and lean back, sitting up. And we'll do that on the other side. So stretching your right leg forward, bring the left foot to the inner thigh. Lift the arms up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale back up. 4 more times. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. And then exhale, go to your furthest point. Hands down onto the floor, the leg. Again, the foot's not important. And hanging out here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Good. Then go ahead and come back up. Inhale. All right. So just a couple more postures, and we're going to do them on our backs. So go ahead and move your props off to the side and come to lay down. Almost time to rest. You're getting very close. Good. So as you come to lay down, bring the feet flat to the floor, heels underneath the knees, about hip width apart, prepping for bridge because we're going to do bridge. Your arms can rest by your sides for this one. With your next inhale, lift the hips up, press the pelvis toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hips back down. Don't let them touch the floor. They just come to the point right before they do. Then inhale, push back up again. Exhale, coming down again. Again, don't touch the floor, but just before that point. And then inhale, push back up. 2 more times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, just barely grazing the floor. Then inhale, push up and stay up for about 3 breaths. Push up to your highest point, inhale. And then exhale, release the hips on down. Good. Bringing your knees in. Holding on to your kneecaps or the sides of the kneecaps. Just start to move the hips around a little bit. One side, then the other. There's really no wrong way to do this one. Just kind of doing what feels good here. Relieving any tension in the lower back, the muscles around the spine or in the hips. This could be a big movement. This could be small movement. Breathe. And then when you feel kind of settled here, just bring the knees into the chest in symmetry and hold here for just a few breaths. And when you feel complete here, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor. And your heels are about mat width apart, toes flopping out to the side, arms by your side, palms face up. And just feel yourself settle in. And even now, even as you come to rest, there's this draw toward being present. easy it is to check out at this point. And it's even okay if that ends up happening, but start with the intention of being here now. The connection your body makes to the floor, feeling completely supported. You don't even have to hold yourself up here. And maybe knowing that, you can just let go a little bit more. Peace, peace, peace. Remember your body. Remember your breath. And take a deeper, fuller breath, making some gentle movements in your hands and feet, arms and legs. And take your time as you roll to your right side and slowly transitioning up to a seat. And once you've made it to a seat, bring your palms together and bow your chin. And honor yourself for the work that you've done here tonight, feeling gratitude to yourself for all of the effort that you put forth. And may that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.